AITA for gaslighting my father after our last discussion? I'm sorry to hear about the conflict you're experiencing with your father. Here's a revised version of your story to make it easier to understand. I'm a 29-year-old man, and for the past 2 weeks, I've been engaged in a difficult situation with my father, who is 62 years old. Let me explain what happened. 3 years ago, I moved out of my parents' house and into a property that my father had inherited from me in another state. Ever since then, I've been taking care of the property, including handling taxes, bills for water and electricity, and maintenance. Now, my father owns 3 other houses in the same town. Out of goodwill, I offered to help cover the bills for those properties since my father works overseas and can't be present physically for months at a time. Specifically, I proposed to assist him with paying property taxes until he could send the money back, but he declined, assuring me that he would handle it when he returned. Fast forward to the present. After returning from an overseas vacation, I decided to address my financial situation, starting with the property taxes. Since I hadn't received any updates from my father, I went to the town hall to inquire about his tax status. To my surprise, I discovered that he hadn't paid the taxes for the past 4 years. Concerned, I called my father to inform him about the situation. He responded angrily and demanded to know why the taxes hadn't been paid. We had a back and forth discussion for about 10 minutes. I tried explaining that I didn't think it was fair for me to fully cover the taxes on a property I neither owned nor occupied. However, I was willing to pay them temporarily while he was away, expecting reimbursement once he returned, as we had done with other bills. Unfortunately, his response was hurtful and dismissive. He insulted me and ended the conversation abruptly. This incident brought back memories of our previous disagreements, including one with my grandmother that left me feeling hurt. I realized that I needed to put an end to this cycle of abuse for my own well-being. This realization had been developing during therapy sessions I had started last year, but I hadn't taken any steps until now. Sadly, a week later, one of my great-uncles had a heart attack, and I had to take him to the hospital. I tried reaching out to my father multiple times to inform him and discuss the next steps, but he didn't respond. Eventually, he called me back, saying that he was only calling to check on the situation. I updated him on my great-uncle's condition and mentioned that my cousin, who was closer to the doctors, had more information. He ended the call without further discussion. His cold response left me feeling hurt. As a result, I have been avoiding or manipulating conversations with him over the past 2 weeks. However, it pains me not to have a normal conversation with him. We used to talk every day and catch up on each other's lives. Now, I feel distant from him. His partner has reached out, urging me to forgive him, but I'm as stubborn as he is and unwilling to do so. From my perspective, he should be the one offering an apology. Nevertheless, I plan to have a conversation with him when he returns in 2 months. I will let him know that I won't tolerate this kind of verbal abuse anymore and that if he refuses to change, I'm prepared to sever ties permanently. I understand that this may sound extreme, but I can't bear to endure it any longer. Am I the one in the wrong here?